Hello, and thank you for clicking on my video. My name is Theo. I am your local artist, beginner, trying to improve at a semi fast pace. So, here I am learning the muscles of the arm. And I guess before all of that, or maybe I should have said this before, but with my videos, I was doing pretty well uploading every week, but then I thought I had an extra video that I had edited, recorded, and already had set to YouTube to premiere on a certain date and time, but turns out I actually didn't. I think I might be 3 weeks off now, might be 4 soon, depending on when I can get this video out. Life just got in the way. So I guess a little background about me is that I have 2 jobs. I have a full-time job as an office worker, and then on some weekends, I have a retail job. So my retail job has really been hurting as of late, trying to find good people and whatnot. Realistically, I think there's only like 4 people able to work, 5 including myself. But again, I usually only work Saturdays, and I usually only work like twice a month. But because of the holidays, I have been working every Saturday, which kind of sucks because that cuts into my drawing time, and then my drawing time cuts into my editing time, because technically how I want my schedule to go is I want to be able to draw for 15 to 20 hours a week. And then on Sunday, I want to be able to record and edit my videos so that I can upload them to YouTube and have the video premiere on Friday, the following Friday. So that's how I want my schedule to be. Does it always work out that way? No, especially as of late, but holidays are something special. Kind of. Joking, yes, they are special. And speaking about holidays, I've just been trying to think of them as more special, more kind of living in the moment, I guess. Just realizing like, hey, I'm getting older. My family's getting older. Like, I think I mentioned this in a previous video, but my mom's going through some health conditions right now, so it's a little bit of a scary time. Well, I wouldn't say scary. It's more of a nerve-wracking thing, because my mom and we both have faith that she will get through this and she'll get better. It's just the process of getting better is daunting. It's long, and honestly, we haven't even started it yet because of the holidays and because of some other reasons, but it is scary. But like I said, you just gotta stay positive. Just gotta stay positive for myself, for her, or else, yeah, you don't even want to say it. Okay, so I guess I will start focusing on what I'm drawing for a little bit now. So here, I'm sorry, I am watching Totally Spies. I've just had to watch something while I draw for a little bit, because it's been getting a little boring just drawing. And I also when I draw, I like to try to find long form content so I don't have to keep constantly switching videos or finding things to watch. So this Totally Spies was a marathon, I believe. Yes, it was. So they were just playing back to back episodes on YouTube. So it's like, okay, let's watch. But again, back to the art. So here is the beginnings of my holiday card. So this is the first time ever that I have drawn a holiday card. This one in particular, it's Pokemon theme with Eevee evolutions. And the reason I don't, why did I want to do a holiday card? I don't know, honestly. I was just like, let's try this thing. I think it was just like a project, because one of my goals for the year was working on a project or entering art contest to try to improve my drawing as a way to push myself out of my comfort zone. So I guess, the holiday card was part of that goal. So this is me like way in the future. Like it is November 25th and these things I recorded were back in October, I believe. Woof. So a whole month back. Oopsies. So I have actually finished the holiday card. You guys will see it in the upcoming videos. And I am very proud of it. I have actually sent it out. And a few of the people who have already received their card has said they adore the designs of it. So that makes me very happy because I took a few hours completing that, thinking about it, the design, all of that. Okay, so now to what I am currently drawing. So first, what I'm watching, that is Spilled Ink, Emi Richu, and Didis. I love watching them because it's just kind of like a breath of fresh air. They make me want to try new things, and it's nice seeing other artists try new things. Okay, and then as far as what I am drawing, so I have been following along to Marco Bucci's, one of his, I think it's figure drawing, something with figure drawing, but it was a package. It has a figure drawing course, a head construction course, which was the real reason I purchased it for that, because the cost of 3 classes was like $120 maybe, and then the head course alone is already $79. So I was like, well, let's just get 3 courses that is slightly more expensive than just the head course. And for me, I had told myself, okay, I'm not going to buy any more expensive art courses. But, I fell into the trap. I'm sorry. I think it was like $90. It was $90 to $100. But still, that's a good chunk of change. But I just got sucked in. Anyway, so something that Marco Bucci said in one of his lessons was that he likes to find a styled gestural pose. So he told the class about Chroma Sketch, which is somebody he knows, I believe, but they have stylized anatomy. This person posts basically every single day on Instagram their anatomy, and Marco Bucci just really likes it. So he said, find a pose you like, study it, try to remember where the landmarks are, where things are in relation to something else, whatever. And then try to recreate the gesture, the stylized gesture from memory. So that's what I'm doing here. I think I was doing an okay job. I do want to, I think this was like the first and only time I've done this. And again, this was back in late October, and it is like 2 days till Thanksgiving. So yeah, I do want to try to do this kind of task again, little drill, I guess you could say, practice, because it was fun. And it was kind of, I don't want to say like a turn off my brain type of practice, but it was just different, so it was fun. I liked it. Okay, so let's go back to Marco Bucci's. I looked up the title of the course that I'm currently working my way through, Total Guide to Figure Drawing, and I believe I'm about 70% of the way there. I say about the first quarter of it was kind of review for me, which isn't bad because you need to review to improve. And I have read little quotes saying something like, beginners want to move too quickly, and want to think they're higher than the basics or foundations, you can say. But masters are masters of the basics, something like that. So it just reminds me like, hey, drawing boxes isn't a waste of time, Doing gestures is not a waste of time. It will help me to improve. It will push me to where I want to be. But with that being said, I think overall, from what I've seen, I have enjoyed. He's given good tips. Right now, he is he's teaching about some of the muscles in the body, which I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect because that's exactly what I want to do. And he's focusing on muscles that like artists have to know. He doesn't care about the deep muscles or anything like that, which is perfect for me because I don't care about the deep muscles either. Just tell me what I need to know to be an artist, to be able to draw a nice figure. Alrighty, and now back to the drawing. So here I was drawing a ghost holding a flower. Well, technically the ghost is supposed to be giving you the flower, but I don't know if I was really able to capture that, he's giving you the flower, but whatever. And also, this is the start of my month-long draw every day. So November is my birthday month, so I was like, let's just do something for it. So I wanted to draw every day, post every day on Instagram, but I didn't want to just post like studies, which I'm always posting. I wanted to do cute things, try to flex my creative muscle. And what I have to say, so it is November 27th. It is Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. I don't really like saying Happy Thanksgiving because, genocide and all that. But it's the culture norm. So I'm like, what's the word? Do I give into it? Do I break away from it? It's hard. Especially because, like, when you don't participate, people are like, oh, you're just a sore loser, something like that. Anyway, little rant. Now, back to what I was speaking about. So I've been doing this challenge for 27 days of creating cute little colorful drawings to try to flex my creative muscle because I never use it. And I always kind of feel like I'm not a creative, or I'm not, like, I don't have that creative gene. But what I've learned is that a lot of things can be learned. Like, drawing can be learned. Learning how to learn is a skill that people can learn. And so being creative is just something else. It's a skill. And through this challenge, I have learned, like, hey, maybe I might not be the most creative person, but if I really put my mind to it and I really look for things and try to find inspiration, I can think of things and I can create things. So that's been like a really huge, revelation for me. Because I'm like, how do people have sticker Patreons every month and are able to send things out every month? And I realized it's not that hard, especially like if they have to think of it every month and I'm trying to think of something every day. Like, having a whole month to think about something is so much more time to develop the idea, to get feedback on it. So again, it was just a huge revelation for me, and I am really glad that I went on this monthly kind of journey. Although I will say it has been slightly difficult, mostly because, like, I always draw my little colorful drawings like at the end of the day, so that also does kind of give me like a time pressure, because I'm drawing them at like 9 p.m. at night, 8 p.m. at night, and like I try to go to bed at 10 p.m. because I have to wake up early for work. So I have like an hour or two max to, if I have no idea, find references to try to think of something. Or if I do have an idea, it can't be too elaborate, but I also didn't want it to be too simple. However, the things in the last few days have been super simple, because I think I've been having slight burnout for this, or maybe just burnout in general for drawing. I don't know, because I have been feeling lately just a little disappointed with my progress, which again is so stupid because I am trying. I'm drawing every day, but I guess I feel like I'm not drawing what's important. Like, I'm not using my time wisely. I'm not learning efficiently. There you go. Like I was talking about muscles earlier. So I learned the arm muscles maybe late October. And yesterday I was like, okay, let's give it a try. Let's see what I remember. And it was kind of frustrating because I was like, am I doing this right? Is this right? How much do I actually have to know? So that was kind of frustrating. Of course, the basics of a muscle are the biceps, the triceps, the extenders, and the flexors, if you want to get like not so technical, which I don't. But then there's also the brachialis radius, which is a muscle that's in between the tricep and the bicep, and it extends to your lower arm. That muscle also comprises of the ridge muscles, is what people call it, which is like the top half of your lower arm. I don't really know how to explain it. Along with the extender carpi, either radius longus or longus radius, one of the two. So yeah, and then there's this line on the arm. I'll try to put a picture of it. That I have no idea what's creating that line, and I think that is super like frustrating me. I did try to ask, and people just had so many different opinions about it, and I'm like, as long as the line is there, as long as I draw it like in my art, I don't think it really matters if I know exactly what it is. But yeah, that whole little rant just to say, yeah, I tried doing some recall of my muscle studies, and I was like, oh, this is so hard. I'm so sad. But yeah, just things like that, which I don't know. I don't know what to do. Well, I guess maybe I could create schedules. I haven't created a schedule like I have in my previous videos, and I think that is not creating a schedule is not beneficial for me, because if I want to go full-time with my art, which I'm not sure I want to yet, but even with 2 jobs and doing art on the side with an art business, like, I'm going to need a schedule. So trying to implement that skill or hobby while it's not so vital, well, I think it is vital because I'm trying to learn how to draw, but while it's not like detrimental to my like income or something, would be smart to learn that skill and incorporate it into my life. But at the same time, it's slightly overwhelming because I'm like, okay, what do I have to learn? What am I drawing? What should I be doing? So yeah, and it is also just like, I don't know when to move on. Do I move on when I've completely and successfully, in my terms of success, learned something? Which I'm leaning towards no, because that could take an extremely long time to learn something, perfectly. Or do I have like designated days, and I'm like, okay, this day will be muscles, this day would be coloring, And it's just like, how do I break it up? And that's something I think only I'll be able to tell myself. But again, I have to actually sit down and do it. Like I'm doing this voiceover. I was like, I have to sit down and do it, or else it's never going to get done. But it's just hard. Well, maybe I'm making it more hard. I don't know. I need to learn better discipline. Or I need to get... Yeah. I think I have... Well, okay, so... I've mentioned this before, but I went on a really big weight loss journey, lost 70 pounds, and through that, I learned discipline. However, once you kind of, like, get to a point in your weight loss journey, you're like, I still want to lose weight, at least, 20 pounds, but now it's gotten so much harder because I don't want the gym to be my whole life. I'm trying to focus on drawing. I'm trying to put my energy into something else that I can grow. So my discipline it went down because I think it's because with exercising and losing weight, it's not easy, but it's easier to see progress. While with drawing, there's so many elements to it. And of course, there's a lot of elements to losing weight and gaining muscle and all of that. But with drawing, it just feels infinite. Like you have light, you have color, which should be two different things. You have value, which color and value are similar, but they're also different. Of course, and there's anatomy, there's form. There's just so many things, and it can feel overwhelmed. So I think maybe that's where I'm feeling, maybe not burnout, but overwhelmed, because I have goals. I want to be able to apply to Artist Alleys next year and get in. And I know art doesn't have to be perfect to get into an Artist Alley, but it has to be somewhat good. It just has to be, especially now in the time that we're in, where first of all, people are holding their money closer to them. They're not as free to give it away to people when they're purchasing things. So people want higher quality items for their money. And my drawings, they're not awful, but they're not the greatest, So that's where I am and feeling with my burnout, which I don't really think it's burnout. It's more feeling overwhelmed and wanting to do well and wanting to meet my goals, basically. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. And remember, if I can do it, you can do it. So keep trying, keep going. I believe in you.